Welcome back to Equity TV. I'm Francis Mayer, and I am just one person on a much bigger team. I couldn't do this without all of the support from the Equity and Inclusion team, my boss, Amber Chang, and my coworker, Christine Din. And Christine, we have done a lot of stories here on Equity TV. We've talked to people who have told us how to get financial aid and who to go see when it comes to making a success plan. But we've also heard stories from people who don't make excuses, people who have taken on really tough circumstances. And if people haven't watched every single episode, and every minute of the show is rewarding, where can they find out more and watch other segments and episodes?
They could catch us online, so you have no excuse to say, oh, I missed it, I didn't see it. You catch us online at www.bakersfieldcollege.edu. Go to Student Services and then click on Equity TV. We're also on YouTube, and you could catch the whole college website and everything on Twitter, Facebook. I mean, we're everywhere. You have no excuse.
Oh, we are. And just rest assured, Christine and I know a lot of people, friends of Christine and Francis. You can expect that when you see us, we're going to ask you some questions, a pop quiz, if you will, about Equity TV. And you better have answers ready, because if you don't, that's it. You're cut off. We're done with you. I'm just kidding. Right now, we're going to talk to Jesus. He's a very, very special student. Jesus, how are you doing today?
I'm swell.
He's swell.
Yeah.
And you have a story that's pretty darn inspirational. And I'm sure it's one that Christine and I will be repeating to our friends. Tell us, first of all, you're a tutor, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. And before that, you were a high school student.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you go to high school?
I went to Delano High School, graduated 2010.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's been just a couple years, and you're getting ready to wrap up at BC, right?
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you're a good-looking kid. You walked in, and Din was like, wow, that guy has the build to be a male model. Like, yeah, clothes hang well off of you. I mean, you're easy with the smile, but things have not always been that easy for you, have they?
That is correct.
In high school, you I believe you started noticing some things were different for you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it actually started in the beginning of 7th grade. I was taking bio.
Okay.
And that's where I learned a lot about human anatomy, and I learned about what sexual intercourse was.
Right.
And at first, I didn't know what it was, so I didn't understand it.
You were just a good little boy from Delano who did what you were supposed to do. You didn't think about the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
So just when I was taking the class, it hit me hard because for me, I did go through some trauma, and going through there, I realized that what I was doing as a kid wasn't necessarily a game, but it was more severe, you know.
Okay.
It had to do in terms of I was being abused.
Okay.
So for me at that time, I closed myself in. I didn't know who to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to my parents because I was raised traditional Catholic.
Sure.
So I just kept to myself, and all thoughts I tried to eliminate. I just stayed home, you know, locked myself up, and if it didn't bother anyone else, it didn't bother me, right?
Wow. Yeah. But eventually it did, and you started growing into the person that you are. But again, you're not a broadcaster, and you said something interesting to me. You said that you're not, how did you say it? You're not outwardly.
Oh, yeah, I'm not outwardly flamboyant or.
Right, right. And that's why stereotypes are so harmful. Like, people would look at me with my gut and not realize that I am a competitive athlete, even if it's just at darts at a bar. But anyway,
Yes.
I did used to be a competitive athlete, and let's just come right out and say it.
Well, I'm gay.
Yeah, there it is. Hey. But now you can say that and you can laugh, but you weren't given the opportunity to say that and laugh in the beginning, were you?
No, it was actually very tough. 6 years of my life that I lived in total darkness.
Wow. And aside from that, also, aren't you a benefactor of the DREAM Act?
Yes, I am.
So you had a lot of secrets to keep, man. I mean, that is tough. We had a guest earlier on Equity TV who told us that he never went to parties because he was worried that the police would show up and he would be the one that they would ask, you know, hey, you're out after, oh, and you're not a citizen, back to Mexico. So you lived with that fear too.
Yes, that's correct. when I got out of high school, I wanted to take a job, employment, but my parents suggested that I go work in the fields, but I was very uncomfortable with working on a different social that wasn't mine. I always thought that it was going to affect me later on in the future, so I didn't do it. But my uncle, he owned a restaurant, and I would help him like every weekend, and I'd make pocket money, $60 or so. I saved it up, so when I turned 18, I went and applied at BC.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
So you knew, like that work. Wow, what a kid, right? You knew that was the ticket to freedom for you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you get over that hurdle of being undocumented and worrying that someone is going to come and interrupt your future and your life, and that's got to be stressful.
It was. I mean, I honestly didn't know that I was undocumented until I applied for colleges, and they called me back and told me, do you have a social? I asked them, I am not sure. Then they said, well, we are interested, but we would like you to reconsider, considering that you might not be able to afford these.
Oh, my
So
God.
if you would like to get back to us on a later date, we would be happy to have you.
So did you go home and, like, ask your parents?
No, I didn't. I kept it to myself even. I mean, one memory that I have is on graduation where all my friends were coming out and they had, their logos for their colleges they were going to. And they came up to me and they're like, hey, where are you going? And I just looked at them and I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for you that you got to go to the colleges that you want to go to.
Jesus, you're killing me. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But the story does have a happy ending. You also hit another roadblock along the way, and somebody did something that was really unfair to you.
Yes.
And they didn't, your decision to announce your orientation is yours alone. That
Yes.
belongs to you. But somebody denied you that
Right.
and forced an uncomfortable conversation with your family. How did that go?
Well, I wasn't expecting it, If I would have had a script, it would have been easier. But no, I came home and my parents were already there looking at me, and I knew something was going on because just the way they looked at me was different, as if they were seeing someone new, someone foreign.
Oh,
And I just looked at them, and they kept talking behind my back, and I told them what's going on, and they said, your lover called.
oh, God.
And I was like, a lover? I don't understand. And he's like, yes, and by the way, he's a guy?
My goodness. Obviously not your lover, because anybody who loves you wouldn't put you through that. So let's just be clear on that point, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Gosh. And did they approve? Were they welcoming? Were they supportive?
I wouldn't necessarily say that they approved because, I mean, until this day, they don't approve it.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this, but I'm pretty sure that they're not okay with it.
But you have found approval at Bakersfield College.
Yes, I have.
And even though you weren't able to qualify for health insurance before the DREAM Act passed, you were able to get counseling through BC?
Yes, I always thought that there was something going on with me. And it wasn't necessarily because I thought of myself as being homosexual, because that actually came until I was 20. But I always thought that there was something different about me because I couldn't find like something I could call my own. I wasn't happy with anything. I was just living day by day, existing. And I went to BC and they told me, you have the health fee. You can get free counseling on Tuesdays. So I went ahead and took advantage of it. Sure, it was really embarrassing and awkward at first, but that's what helped me break through.
But, dude, you look awesome. Now, we're running short on time. BC has helped you a lot, but could you read us your poem before you go?
Oh, yeah.
It's just an amazing story, by the way. And if there's a student out there making excuses, here's a young man who had to go against his culture and how he was raised to be true to himself. Right now, we're running short on time, but he is going to share a poem with us, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Okay, so I wrote this in time of my need, especially after my parents were really mad at me.
And really mad. My goodness, they didn't really want you living there, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure they wanted me living there, but I felt as is that I couldn't live there.
I understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I call it my battle cry. The beast whose slumber has been woken, provoked, all heartless beings withdraw. The petite, innocent boy is no more. Hell has risen, and the demons have purged my soul. A mere puppet, contained in lust and deception. The one you once knew has perished, and the demons have claimed this restless soul. Who am I, if not one, but of the rest I have tried? The soft membranes of my heart is collapsed and stone cold. The one you knew is not a little boy, but a confused little demon scavenging this ugly yet beautiful world. To this is hereby decree that wrath and vengeance will flow in me, for no longer should I stand for what's right, but for those who I've claimed over this fight. I am only me, and this is the battle cry.
Oh, wow. Bravo. Dude, well done, sir.
Thank you.
And your battle cry is one of success. You are pursuing your dreams, and pretty soon, unfortunately, you're not going to be at BC anymore.
No, but I'm hoping I can stick around.
Yeah, no, we would love to have you, but you're getting ready to graduate, right?
That is correct.
Well, congratulations. You have come a really long way. I know it has not been easy for you, but you're truly an inspiration to anybody who feels like they have something holding them back. Everyone feels like they have secrets or like there's a reason that they don't fit in, but you do fit in.
Right, and I think that the only true crime here is not what other people say about you or how they make you feel, but how you feel about yourself. Because if you can't accept your own skin, if you can't accept who you are, doesn't matter. It's going to be really uncomfortable living with yourself or even trying to accomplish any goals or going past that line.
Well, you are a tremendously strong individual, and I got to tell you, I'm proud to work for BC because we were the ones lucky enough to help you with this.
Yes.
Very proud to be a part of that, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Wow. Miracles never cease. That was Jesus. And obviously, he's been through a few things, and he used Bakersfield College to help him succeed. You can succeed with the help of BC too. Take the first step. Visit the website. Call Courtney. Do anything, but just take the first step to success at Bakersfield College. For the entire Equity TV team and Christine Dinodell, I am Francis Mayer, and we'll see you next Monday at 11 a.m.